We take everything for granted. In this book, I wanted to reveal to you that actual strangeness, that actual surreal quality of being alive and how weird it is and how awesome it is to expand your mind. I'm currently working on a book that is tentatively called The Law of the Sublime. Who knows what the title will be at the end? It could be that. I've been working on it now for a couple of years. It's a book that has a lot of meaning to me, particularly after my stroke when I came very close to dying. And so it's something I've always wanted to write about, but now that I feel that life is short, that I may not have time to write everything I want, it's an extremely personal project. And when you're writing about something like the sublime, the world we live in is so strange and weird and surreal that to actually be alive, to actually have consciousness, to actually think these thoughts, to actually have something like the internet, to be even on YouTube. If you stopped and thought about that and thought about every aspect of your life, you'd go, whoa, that is really weird. It's like being on LSD. I never thought about it that way. Well, it's because we take everything for granted. And in this book, I wanted to reveal to you that actual strangeness, that actual surreal quality of being alive and how weird it is and how awesome it is to expand your mind. So you get out of your phone and thinking in these small little terms and think about the cosmos, think about evolution, think about the history of humankind, think about all of these things. And so the problem in writing that book is, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, is that it has to feel sublime. It has to feel that I'm excited and that it is putting me on this journey. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it takes effort for me to create that effect. But that's the task that I've given myself. Please be patient. It's going to take another couple of years to write, basically because I cannot type. I have a frozen hand here. So I'm having to dictate everything. I'm having to handwrite everything. I can't take walks to clear my mind. So the process is much more arduous for me, but I'm working on it, so please be patient. The other thing is that for me personally, when I wake up in the morning, I've got all these things to take care of. I got my exercise, my physical therapy, I've got my emails to write, I've got my phone calls to make, I've got my mother I have to call every single day, on and on and on. And the time where I sit down and I'm writing about the sublime, finally, I'm happy. I'm outside of all that bullshit. Not to say that it's bullshit, but I'm finally outside of all that. And it's making me happy. It's making me excited. It's energizing. It's taking me out of my physical problems. I just finished a chapter about the human brain, actually a couple months ago, about how understanding your own brain and how about understanding your own consciousness is a very, very strange very strange way of being, because your brain creates your reality for you. You think you see the world as it is, but you don't. It's like the Matrix. The brain is creating this picture of the world. For you. It's creating certain thoughts. You're on a ride. Your brain is taking you on a ride. You're not in control of it. It's generating thoughts that you don't even understand. The process of stepping back and looking at your own brain and coming to terms with the fact that this isn't real. reality, that reality is actually something a little bit different, is extremely interesting journey to take. And it's what I'm trying to give you in that chapter. The chapter I'm working around right now that it is, I'm loving it, but it's so difficult. It's about animals. And it's because it's called the interspecies sublime. It's about the relationship between us and animals and how entering an animal's consciousness is one of the weirdest journeys you can ever take. You know, to think how an octopus thinks. Well, we're getting there. We're understanding to see what the world of a bat is like. We're getting there. Is one of the most surreal, sublime journeys you can take. The problem with me is I have way too much research and I'm too much in love with the chapter that I have to cut things down. I have to cut things out. But there's such a deep history of our connection to animals and the journeys they've taken us on and how our relationship with them changes our lives. It's perhaps the most personal chapter for me because I am an animal lover to the extreme. Since I was a child, my love of dogs, of horses, of cats, of anything. I wouldn't say a cockroach or a mosquito, but almost anything is deeply a part of my nature. So it's a very personal chapter. That's what I'm writing about now. There are going to be about 12 or 13 chapters in the book. I'm on chapter 6. As I said, please be patient. Don't yell at me on the internet and say, Robert, what's your problem? Get that book done already. I can't help it. I have physical limitation. Please be patient. I promise you, though, that when it's out, it'll be the weirdest book you've ever read. It'll be the weirdest book I've ever done. I'm hoping it'll be worth the effort. So, and hopefully I don't die before I finish. Or even if I do die, I will have written enough that it'll still have some of that effect. But please be patient because I promise it will be worth the wait. Thank you.